outer space! And when I say clown, I mean it. Just look at this guy. This guy is Doc Odin, the country's minister of mad science, or whatever. Just look at him. Should I even bother? Seriously, what is that thing? It looks like he's wearing the Wheel of Fortune. It's not a collar, it's a fucking umbrella. Where would you even get this stuff? How do you even make shit like this up? When you make this guy look like a legitimate scientist, you have got some serious fucking problems.
Hey! I'm completely legitimate! Look! I've even got a real stethoscope now and everything! Bah! I'll show you legitimate!
So off you go into outer space after Renoa. Nope, they don't have working radios in this world, but the space program is decades ahead of ours. Yes, this game is officially stupider than both Time Cop and Moonraker. Because once again our heroes are stupid, they leave Renoa completely unguarded, so she gets possessed by the sorceress Ultimecia, who goes spacewalking to free another evil sorceress trapped in an orbital cryo-prison. Meanwhile, fucking Cypher somehow manages to find and power up an ancient doomsday weapon called the Lunatic Pandora. Come on, why have we not just killed this clown the other 4 times we've kicked his ass? When Cypher turns the Lunatic Pandora on, it summons all the monsters who live on the moon. Oh, I forgot to mention, all the monsters in the world actually come from the moon. They just sort of jump off and land on the Earth. But the Pandora causes them all to mass together in the galaxy's most giantest whitehead zit ever, and when it blows, ew! Oh, that must be what it looks like when God fires a pimple off into the bathroom mirror. So yeah, this is what happens when you put Squall and Selphie in charge of humanity's last hope. Now there's another pissed-off ancient sorceress, the world is crawling with monsters from the moon, and Selphie is still out of her fucking mind! This is where the game finally reaches the critical mass of ass, because Squall decides to get into a spacesuit and go out and save Renoa, who's drifting out in space and running out of air. But I don't really think he thought this plan all the way through, because he jumped out of an escape pod headed to Earth, and now he has no way at all of getting back. But somehow, don't ask me how, they turn around and have the incredible good fortune to see an abandoned space warship called the Ragnarok that's gassed up, ready to go, still has oxygen, and best of all, is within spitting distance of their current predicament. I just can't believe how half-assed and slipshod this writing is. One minute they're dying of asphyxiation in deep space, and the next minute they look over and, hey, look, there's a spaceship that civilians can fly that can take us back to Earth, and it's within a half-mile of the station that nobody's noticed until now. It's this kind of thing that was a running joke in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the fucking Galaxy. I mean, there's plot convenience, there's Deus Ex Machina, and then there's just pulling stuff right out of your ass.
That can't happen! You can't just go filling plot holes with bullshit! I've had acid flashbacks that had more narrative coherence than this, and... Oh, no. No! Not the love theme! Skip it! Skip it! Time compression! Batteries!
This is probably the most iconic moment in the entire game, the song Eyes on Me, a song which I honestly just find unbearable. It's sappy, it's not very well translated, and the lyrics don't really apply to Squall and Renoa. It's way more appropriate for Laguna and Julia, whose romance never gets off the fucking ground! And just from a dramatic standpoint, this is the scene they chose to break out their huge sappy love theme, the scene where they just sort of sit around. You couldn't have them kiss or dance or do anything. It would have been much more dramatically effective during the full-motion video segments where Squall is doing something stupidly romantic and heroic.
I just don't get it. People love this song and they love this game because they feel the song gives the game some kind of resonant romantic feeling. The song won awards. Next to Kingdom Hearts, it's the best-selling video game theme ever. People tracked this down and imported CDs of this garbage. Remember when I mentioned people weeping at the scene of Aerith dying in Final Fantasy VII? That was nothing compared to Eyes on Me.
So there you are, with that look on your face, as if you never heard, as if you never done. Shall I be the one for you, who paints you so softly?
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here. If you actually liked Eyes on Me, you are officially a complete pussy. No, if you were even able to sit through Eyes on Me, you're a pussy. You see this? These are your man cards. And these are your man cards listening to Eyes on Me. You're a pussy! And that's not a slam against women. You're a pussy. There's a difference. Women have more balls than you. And it's not because you like a love story. There are plenty of great love stories. But this? We're talking about Final Fantasy VIII here. We're talking about Squall and Rinoa, a whining, brooding jerk of a guy and a woman who lowered herself to sleeping with Cypher. You're rooting for a romance between Squall and Cypher's leftovers. Cypher sloppy seconds. I'm gonna ruin this romance for you, know how? I want you to think about this every time you see Rinoa. Cypher's balls were slapping against that poo nightly. Oh yeah. She was swallowing the mayonnaise, gargling the chowder, and you know what? She loved it. Enjoy your love story.
Moving on. After getting Rinoa back, Squall immediately hands her over to some new assholes who think she's dangerous. Then he decides about 2 minutes later he wants her back, so you have to go get her. Then you meet Laguna, who's become president for life of Estar, and no, I don't know how or why this moron got elected to the highest office of the most technologically advanced country on the planet, and I'm so far beyond caring it's not even funny. But hey, maybe I'm wrong about this guy being an idiot. After all, he's got a plan to bring down Ultimecia and stop her from compressing time. That plan? To let her compress time! Yeah. Since she lives in the future, the only way Laguna can see to kick her ass is to let her destroy all of time.
Does anyone have a different plan? Anyone? I mean, I don't mean to sound like a jerk here, but shooting alone in the back of the head seems like a much easier and more definite way of stopping all this time travel bullshit.
Even Laguna can't really believe you're going along with his plan. Okay, look, when the pivotal part of your plan to restore the space-time continuum is believing really hard in love and friendship, maybe we should come up with something a little more rational. So they basically feed Rinoa to Ultimecia, Ilone does her thing, and the time compression begins. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a pretty cool and unsettling sequence, and for once the level design actually shows some inspiration. You have to fight your way through a gauntlet of boss monsters to unlock your powers, which surprisingly I thought was pretty interesting and required strategy. But by the end, it's pretty disappointing. The game doesn't really exploit the concept of a skewed time scale or the mixing of past, present, and future. It really, at the end, it's just another level in a spooky castle. But hey, after 4 CDs of this nonsense, I was just anxious to see the mastermind behind this whole labyrinthine plot. The puppet master whose strings reach back through untold eons to manipulate entire nations to war. The all-power... Oh my god. Oh, really? So much for dignity. I don't know. I just think if I were the ultimate galaxy-destroying badass, I wouldn't shape my hair into giant steer horns.
Or maybe she's just taking a definite stand on the whole steers or queers issue.
Jeez, how does she even clear doorways? Just when you're trying not to laugh at the hair, she starts speaking in Mortal Kombatese, replacing all her C's with K's. This boss isn't actually all that hard, but you'll still die a lot because she's supremely fucking annoying. When she attacks, she chooses 3 members of your party at random, and since you'll only have 3 members equipped, odds are good you're gonna have a couple unequipped party members, and a 50-50 shot you won't have Squall, which is bullshit. What the hell are the other 3 characters doing while the sorceress is attacking us, playing with themselves? And you need at least Squall for this, because his Limit Break Lionheart is the only one worth a damn at this point in the game. Only problem is he only does Lionheart when he feels like it, which is, like, never. I guess it's really tiring to pull off or something. Everyone else will either be busy healing or drawing the Apocalypse spell, or, my favorite, casting Doom Train to nuke her defenses, because Doom Train is fucking awesome! Love this guy, he's like a satanic Thomas the Tank Engine. But really, this boss is only challenging because it tries to tie one arm behind your back by choosing your characters for you. And what does this game expect you to do anyway? Keep all 6 characters equipped at all times? That goes totally against the whole junction exchange system they established at the very beginning of the game. When you finally beat her, things get all trippy again because, well, let's face it, our plan of defeating the villain by letting her win was pretty fucking stupid. Yeah, things work out because of love, peace, friendship, the heart of the cards, you name it.
Or do they?
Hey, you know what this reminds me of? I am interfaced! Hey, let's see who gets this one. Oh god, No! No! I slept too long! No, wait, I got it! He's wandering the terrain of testament! Truly, this is a fate worse than death! Look out for the Jawas!
So sorry to interrupt, everyone.
Well, can it wait? I'm almost finished with this game. I just have to cover the ending.
Oh yes, how very apropos. You finally finished the game that haunted your childhood, and now I finish this experiment permanently.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, let's be honest with each other. You're dragging us both on with your lame puppet show review thing. Your camera's crapping out, and you still live with your parents and you're 28. I'm surprised you haven't killed yourself by now. Trust me, I'm doing you a favor.